Dr. Stephen Jackson. Today's ugly problem focuses on one of the number one enemies of goals and dreams. That's right, it's the decimal point. And we have as an example, we have a decimal that we want to add to a negative integer. That's right, we have a positive and we have a negative. So that means last game, last play, we're going to subtract. But not only do we subtract, we're going to subtract a whole number or a positive integer from a decimal. Something that's between 0 and 1. We're going to take the whole and divide it up. What helps me in dealing with ugly problems involving decimals is to put a little tool. I put the decimal point because in our problems the decimal point is the key to making something ugly less ugly. Anything to the left of the decimal point would be the whole number part, either the positive or the negative number. Anything to the right would be us taking one part and dividing it into so many slices. And each one of those slices goes up by a power of 10. This first space represents 10 slices. You take one part, a bag of sandwiches from Five Guys, 10 sandwiches, or a box of ice cream bars, 10 ice cream bars. So that's called the tenths. The second space is when you take that same bag, instead of 10 sandwiches, you put 100 hamburgers in it, or you put 100 ice cream bars in it. And then the third place, you're getting even more precise. You put 1,000 burgers in a bag, or you put 1,000 ice cream sandwiches in that box. If you can remember your decimal place and your decimal point, that's half the battle. Now we have a negative number. Negative numbers are always smaller. Remember our number line. Anything to the left is smaller. But what we want to do is we want to start off with writing the negative integer first. So I'm going to make that negative 44. I'm going to put my decimal point, and then I'm going to look at my decimal and count 1, 2, 3 places. So I'm going to make 3 decimal places. And now I'm going to put the 0. Make sure those decimal points are lined up. And then 1, 2, 5. And now since we're subtracting, we look at this number and we look at this number, and it's going to be a negative answer because the absolute value of the larger goes with the negative sign. So now we subtract just like we always do. We can't take 5 hamburgers from a bag that has 0 in it, so we need to go over and borrow. But our neighbor doesn't have any hamburgers. His neighbor doesn't have any hamburgers. So boom, we gotta go all the way over here, just like always, and borrow. So we're going to make this a 10, which that's going to be a 9. This is going to be a 9. And now we can take 10 burgers minus 5 burgers. Okay, now we take 9 minus 2. Any ugly problem is achievable, take you closer to your goals and dreams if you do it one problem at a time. 9 minus 1 is 8. Bring down your decimal point. 3 minus 0 is 3. Minus 4 minus 0 is negative 4. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. After we get done keeping our decimal places, decimal point lined up, we see that the answer is negative 43, and since there's 3 places, 875 1/1000ths. Let's say that together. Negative 43 and 875 1,000ths. And ladies and gentlemen, that's it for another lesson on ugly problems. What I want you to do is to go to Facebook and send me the ugly problem that's keeping you from your goals and dreams. Like me, follow me on Twitter, and make sure you send me all your ugly problems so I can get them on air. And remember, your goals and dreams is my job.